Hello!
Hello, everyone!
Welcome back to our online live stream at the Anxious Tomatoes Heirloom Hour. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Kate.
And this is episode 10, you guys.
Oh my gosh!
How exciting.
So cool. It's November.
It is November.
Thanksgiving is next week.
So I believe that we started this project... Did we start the project in 2020?
We started it February of 2020. Or the whole project. The whole project, I think we started like this time 2 years ago.
This time 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to still be here with you right now. And we're really excited to bring this wonderful episode 10 show to you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, our dogs are barking.
It's okay.
Excuse us, we have animals. Yes. Last month was our group show.
Oh my gosh.
Which was really great.
So much fun. So much fun.
We had so many submissions.
We did. We had a lot of submissions and we are so thankful for all of them. And also really happy that Sarah was able to join us.
Yes, thank you, Sarah, for joining us. Absolute pleasure to have her on the show with us. Hopefully we have more guests for the future. We'd like to have other people on, do more like live in-person interviews, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If we can acquire those people.
Which would be great.
We get a lot of Washingtonian people to the gallery right now. That's not the goal.
Yeah. We want worldwide.
We had a worldwide submission.
We did have a worldwide submission. We are open to doing shows for anybody, anywhere. Yes, as long as you have access to the internet. That's kind of a little bit needed.
Have access to the internet.
But, yeah.
I'd like to mention a wonderful Kickstarter that we submitted to. Kate has some information to share with that.
We submitted a $50 Kickstarter donation. Are they called donations?
We supported.
Yeah, we supported. And so this is Tantric. It's it says a Tantric Journey through poetry and art. So it's this great book by Joanna Porter.
Submitted to our art show.
She did submit to our
Fear
art
and
show.
Technicolor group art show.
Yeah,
so there's the connection there.
Yeah, so we found her and we saw that she was doing other stuff and we just wanted to support her. So it's poetry and it's her and a woman named Blair Fillingham. I should have read that before we started. I apologize for murdering your name.
For being patient with us. Great.
But,
yeah, we love it. We're so happy to do this. Like, support people where you can. You know, a little bit goes a long way with stuff like these projects. Ooh, it's called backing. You back a project.
There we go.
Yes. I guess that is kind of like a donation to reach a goal, though.
Yeah.
So cute little bookmarks and stuff. They wrote some little cute notes and stuff
to
on
us,
there.
So
How fun.
It was so great.
Oh, so sweet. We like that. I mean, if you have a Kickstarter that you're doing, if you're watching this,
tag us.
Yeah, tag us. Send us an email. We'd love to talk about it.
And it'd be great.
Right. Let's dive right in. So we are so... I don't even know if excited is a word. I'm more than excited. We are making such great connections.
We really, really are. These people are so... All of the people, not just the people that are in this show. Everyone has been absolutely phenomenal. It's been so exciting working with all of them. So, Jaim and Yona
are a group collaborative artist. And as single artists, they are themselves. But as a group, they are Bezalel-Levy.
Yeah.
And they have a show here tonight, which is, the title is Dying of Romanticism. Mm-hmm. And it first was shown, I don't know why I don't have
it's okay.
in the mid-90s.
Yep.
Is when this particular show, Dying of Romanticism, was originally displayed in Israel. Yes.
This is the second one. That's so cool.
So get ready.
We feel like a real gallery. I mean, we are a real gallery, but we feel like one. When people have like showed other places.
Well,
before.
they found us actually on a website called the Artist Trust,
right?
Which is a Seattle-based company that helps facilitate artists finding opportunities, calls for artists, employment, residencies.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah. Right.
Go check
so
it
there's
out.
Residencies local, so it's a lot of the Seattle area. So we submitted our Fear and Technicolor group show call to artists on their site,
right?
Which was a great idea.
It was such a great idea.
And this couple artists that found us on that website and submitted to the gallery, and while I was digging deeper, I found out that they own a historic building in Stanwood, Washington, and they invited us to come visit.
And we went and visited. It was so much fun. You guys, they made us dinner.
They did make
They made us dinner, and it was.
If you want,
I just love it.
so hospitable. We can't thank you enough. Yeah. How fun! So our time
Here's
there
some photos
was
from that
really
experience.
awesome.
Yeah,
it's a gallery, so it's a home. It's a historic building. It's their gallery.
It's their studio.
Live there. It's their studio. They teach classes. They are adorable.
Yeah.
So much
and they
fun.
have books for sale. We actually have some of their books.
Yeah, we'll go over that once the little slideshow's over. But Jaim has done so much.
So much.
Jaim and Yona have done so much as people, as artists. Like, they've lived 1,000 lives. There's so much art. And it's all their art.
It's all their art.
And a studio space.
The way that the building is set up is you walk in and the central part of the home is all of their collaborative art. And then the right side is all of Yona's artwork and pottery. And then the left side is Jaim's paintings and pottery and things like that.
Sculpture,
and then
even.
sculpture.
Really like the masks.
And I don't have pictures of the masks.
I don't have pictures.
There's
that's the
there's
pie. Oh, so
they're
cute.
Mm-hmm.
Some detailed shots of the artwork that's in the show.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah.
They had the artwork on display there. Some of the pieces while we were visiting.
Yeah. No,
I think that was the last one.
It was definitely a visit. Yeah. No.
Oh, so
a visit more than an interview.
They have so much awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of little books. This one is the Bezalel-Levy Editions 1998 catalog. So it includes imagery of some of the pieces
from
of the show this evening with some information here.
Which is really
if
cool.
If you're interested in any of these books that we're showing, please reach out to them. They definitely have what you want.
Go
Dying
visit
of Romanticism.
Yeah, go visit them.
This is the show that's on this evening.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have that. What year was it?
It's on the front, 1998.
No. The year that this was first displayed.
Gotcha.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
So that was really great. Yep. So there's an additions there.
Mm-hmm.
We received a
song.
CD.
They did music. So they do pottery.
How cute.
They do pottery. They do music. They do paintings. They do poetry. Anything.
Songs
Anything and everything.
The territories and other works of photography, poetry, and narrative. Yes. So the original shots of the. Well, you guys will find out.
Yeah, of the show. Yeah. Unless you've already gone and checked it out,
and
then you'll recognize what's going on. Yeah.
So thankful. That was very nice of them to give us some cool stuff to talk about. If you're interested, please email them. They're very responsive and ready to talk to you about
really, really sweet. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes. So the gallery is to set up for Dying of Romanticism.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Great. You can send comments. We now have a great feature where we can look at your comments while we spend time with you.
That's fantastic. So, as normal, this is our front gallery page. So, if you
nothing has changed,
go to anxioustomato.com. You can
the Stanwood House.
That's where we went. Oh, it's so cute.
Cool. Just wanted to flip through that real quick.
No, that's great.
Here we are. Let's explore the gallery. Dying of Romanticism by Bezalel-Levy.
Mm-hmm.
You can read this artist statement yourself if you'd like.
Yep.
This is information about the show. This is the artist statement.
Yep, perfect.
Great. We should look at that. But yes, please take the time to read all this. I wonder if the highlights. Yeah. All right. Perfect.
Yeah. So let's start going through the gallery. So the first one.
Here. You can like and favorite the pieces as we go on your screen if you'd like to follow along.
That would be great.
That would be great.
We would love and appreciate that.
No, you're fine. Just checking.
Yeah.
All right, great. Belly dancer, mixed media. Unfortunately, we don't have all the dimensions, but based on what we saw while we were visiting, they're quite large.
They are quite large. They are, and I believe they go over this in the interview, but it's photographs that have been photocopied onto rice paper that have then been colored in with oil pastels. So there's a whole life. There's a whole life of he's very into the life of his pieces and the fact that there was, the acting and the filming and then the photographing of the TV and then the steps of it are
the TV was coming in from a different country
from Egypt. They were in Israel and it came in from Egypt. You will hear all about it. and you can actually hear the whole story.
I think this is my favorite
website.
piece because of its relation to the rest
of it. Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
Its relation to them personally through the show. The Admirer.
They're all soap operas, which I think was great.
Is it soap opera?
Yeah. I don't think it's the same soap opera. It might be. It probably is. I don't know.
That's a great question.
It is a great question.
We should look into that. Like this kind of looks like the texture was made with other, like something underneath.
Great. This one's my favorite.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A shift in atmosphere is detected.
It's
How
just
trippy.
just where it's like, yeah, coming in and out of, existence, and just the moment that was caught, and then the expression in the eyes is really great.
Yeah, I can recall seeing things like that on old televisions.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember black and white TV.
Definitely seen
we are
weird stuff like
of
this
the
on
final generation that
television.
remembers black and white TV.
Yeah. It's really great. It does look like, I mean, this one's pretty spooky. So, eyes are very familiar. Everyone has eyes. You're staring into this broken piece of artwork that's coming through on a screen that was picked up by signals. Yeah. And then reproduced.
And then photographed, and then copy machine, and then degradation of image, and then but then brought back to life. Like the color,
the drawing detail is really nice.
Brings it, yeah. The drawing detail is great, and the color detail I think really pulls the light. So like I feel like it kind of loses life, and then its life is brought back into it with color at the end of it. I think it's a really cool process. Yeah. You creep into my mind.
You are the burning flame.
You are the burning flame. I can only imagine what they were talking about in the show.
Yeah, so this soap opera, if that's what they were saying, you wonder what exactly kind of... It's love, some kind of love, right? You creep into my mind. There's like a sensuality there. You're the burning flame. Yeah. Oh, love affair. You creep into my mind. Again, good texture. This kind of looks like a halo.
A little bit.
Like maybe these people are in love. I don't know. I see a lot of love in here. Yes. Although creep, is a spooky word. Triangle. Oh, see? Love affair. Again.
It's a great soap opera love affair.
So this is mixed media piece, 44 by 30. So that's pretty large. And the pieces that we saw, and the pieces are behind them in the interview. Both very big, assuming that that's about the size of all of these triple film strip ones.
I think you said they were varied, but there were definitely some.
For sure.
So, we love you too, Nadine.
Yay, thank you for tuning in. Checking it out. Nadine's on the East Coast. It's late there.
We appreciate you. This is another one that I really like. That that mid distortion. Oh. And I know that on old TVs like this, sometimes the distortion can be slow. So so he could have had enough time to capture the
title
moment.
of this piece is "The Weather Forecast Fades into the Sandstorm of White Noise." Oh.
Paints a whole picture in and of itself.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think of the book Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and I don't mean that in any negative way. I literally loved the illustrations in the original book. They were so beautiful.
With the sketch, or with the etching.
Gosh. Yes.
Yeah,
so
the etching stuff was great.
I don't know why, but that reminds me of that. But this actually would have been a great Fear and Technicolor piece.
It would have been. Yeah, this one, the eye one, yeah. No, this is great.
They did submit other pieces that are in the show, too, Fear and Technicolor.
We will see
as soon as I see this, I'm like, oh my gosh. Very spooky Fear and Technicolor kind of vibe.
Oh, perfect.
Cannot wait to have another group show. Also spooky rainbow fiction.
Yeah.
My beloved is at her best attire.
Hell yeah.
Love the romance.
I love the rainbows.
And Jaim and Yona have a lot of romance, I feel like.
They do. They have the best relationship. I can only hope my relationship is as good as theirs when I'm their age.
Yes, thank you for being inspiring.
Yes. Life goals.
I love the use
life
of
goals.
Rainbows. I hate to be particular, but I am very drawn to rainbow chromatic patterning.
I also love non-primary rainbow patterns that are not, the traditional rainbow.
Right.
That's or colorblind color choices are usually
I mean, that's a good color scheme.
It is a good color.
It looks like people, maybe a third person, umbrella, rain.
Or fabric. It kind of looks like fabric a little bit. I don't know. Interesting. What do you think?
I like this piece a lot too, actually.
Yeah.
Like it if you
like it if you enjoy
it.
it.
The heart is in the top. The top
left-hand corner.
Left-hand corner.
This was one of the ones in the show that they provided for us. Street of Many Sorrows.
It's also in their interview.
It is in their interview.
Many sorrows. They're drinking.
Okay.
Right. That makes sense. We like to. Not me specifically, but some people drown their sorrows in alcohol.
Some people drown their sorrows in it, yeah.
They look like maybe they're trying to mingle.
I always found that the woman on the top panel looks like B. Arthur. I don't know if that was intentional. I doubt it, but
it's whatever the film screen that came through on the television looked
exactly.
like, so. I feel like this was a long time ago that this aired. Would she have been?
I don't think so. And she wouldn't have been in Egypt.
In Egypt. Soliloquy. Which reminds me of Shakespeare, I think, when we were talking about soliloquy the first time.
Right.
And that's obviously what this gentleman, he looks like he's having a conversation with himself to amp him up to not talk to this woman.
Yeah, because it's all about love here.
Now that we're diving right in.
Right.
This lamp here kind of like gets bigger, but maybe that's just the... Is it an aura? Is it a lamp? There's some
like a light, like it's nighttime. Here? Or is that a different subtitle because it's not in the first two?
I have no idea.
Maybe. What do you think?
What do you guys think?
You should
Nadine,
comment
what do you
if
think?
You have
I'm in.
Questions. Do you have any questions?
All of the artwork is for sale. Again, you can contact the artist.
He is he does not have an online art they do not have an online
Shackled by Love. Online
store.
Yeah.
He likes to meet the people who are purchasing his work.
Yeah, and you can facilitate that with them. They're very easily accessible.
Yes.
Shackled by Love, the one that we used for the flyer.
Yes.
Which I think
is great.
She's actually shackled.
She is. Well, I feel like they're not attached to anything. Like, I imagine that she's an actress or something, or a singer, or a belly dancer maybe.
A belly dancer.
And she's got like, it's supposed to imply, because she looks happy. I don't know. She doesn't look.
I think it was a good choice. I like to pick the artwork for the flyers before I know a whole lot about what's going on. But so far, they've been very representational of the art show.
Yeah, you do a really good job about that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's very nice of you. Like it if you want, top left corner there.
I do think it's the most saturated. Well, maybe not the most, but it's very saturated compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah, this one is very saturated. The other ones kind of have this vintage look to them. I mean, even this has like a vintage look to it. So the nightclub, a belly dancer. Belly dancers are prevalent in all of this work. You know, there's lots of love and sensuality that's happening here.
No, it's great. And there's movement. I mean, even in the still frames of it, there's a lot of movement going on. And you can definitely tell the vibe of the place. I like I like the triangle. Yeah. Triangle glass.
Some kind of like glass, yeah. Ooh, fancy.
Super schmancy.
Mixed media. I think all of these pieces are mixed media. Yeah. They all are very process based.
Yeah. This looks like oil pastels and charcoal and the photographs and all that. Yeah, that's great.
Absolutely. Casbah.
Rock the Casbah.
I knew.
I know. That's why you didn't say it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This piece we saw at their home. This one was large, 22 by 30, above their fireplace mantle in the main area.
Yeah. You saw the photograph was sort of it in the book that we showed.
The grainy texture, the paper, the grain might be the paper texture, but it works really well with the fact that these are grainy old stills of a film from like the 80s. Yeah. You know, in Egypt. Yeah, it adds to it very well. And there's even kind of like these weird little paper fibers. You know, I like that when I'm looking at arts.
Same.
It seems very built by human hands.
It's pretty great.
Digital art is of the era, you know, and I'm actually very thankful that a lot of the artists that have been in the gallery so far have been traditional artists.
I agree, 100%.
I honestly up front thought we're going to get a lot of photographs in digital art, but not a whole lot, actually. Yeah. But we're here to stay, so you guys keep submitting artwork to us. We will show all of your artwork.
Oh, this one's great. Hamsin, Eastwind. And the expression on the last guy's face.
All
it's
of
great.
your expressions. This one is a very expressive portrait.
Very expressive, yes.
Yeah. I like the first guy's expression. He's like, spooky.
He's staring into your soul.
He is staring into my soul. A good paper texture again. I think Jaim says it's rice paper.
Yeah. They had huge spools of rice paper that Yona brought from America, I think. With her. They will,
Mixed media. They're all mixed media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I said that on the last one, but I see them having like a conversation.
Yeah.
These people, the stills are very quick after one another, whereas like all the other images that we looked at, is this the last one? Yeah, this is the last one. I think like with these other images, such as this one, this is a double scene. Yeah. Like we see what's happening, and in this strip, it's very quickly this person, this person, this person, and they don't look like they're in the same place. No. They look like they're all in different areas. Maybe they're different films. Maybe they're different films.
The
or maybe the guy seems a little out of place.
Parts of different,
Just a little bit. I don't know. Just to me.
I think it's great.
Very cohesive looking show. We're very happy with this wonderful show that's been shown before. This body of artwork has been shown in another gallery before.
I know. It's so great.
There's the Stanwood House's website if you want to check that out and see what else they offer. Great things to look at here. Ooh.
All their stuff.
Oh, this one's at the Veterans Hospital in Tacoma. Public art. They have art that you can go visit.
That's great.
It's a beautiful place. We're so happy that we got to go check it out.
And
fortunate to go check it out.
On maybe visiting them again next year.
Kate and I want to check out doing ceramics workshop with Yona.
It's gonna be great. We're so excited. We should go back because we're gonna show the belly dancing.
Oh yes. Yeah. So down here at the bottom there is a video, and we're looking for a video. I'm gonna show you a clip from here. Okay. Please watch the whole video if you have time. What was it?
564. 64. Oh, they're 46. 46. Go back. Yeah.
From La Cosma, Miss Yona Van Levi.
Are they going to be able to hear it on their end? All right. Well, so they did this lovely belly dancing. Lovely, which is great. Yeah. So not only is it Yona, but the belly dancing comes into the work. I mean, it is of the area that they were in.
Oh, and you can see the painters in the work in the background. Yeah, exactly. No, this is great. And this is like her essence to a T. 100%.
Yeah, so fun.
It's so great.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited.
If you can't hear it, if the sound isn't coming through, please go to the website, check it out, check out the whole thing. He explains the story. He explains.
Oh yes, for sure. There's
everything to it. His poem is great. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a poem. The original song that was in the film is on here as well. And then again, the links that we encourage you to check out.
Yes, please go support them. Go talk to them. They're just great people. They really, really are.
I'm going to go ahead here.
Yep.
So great. I did like the belly dancing.
I did too.
I mean, all around, like all of the belly dancing.
All of the belly dancing.
All right, let me get my script back up here.
Perfect.
Great. Oh, so Jaim and Yona, there's another art show that's happening called Return for Redemption. Is another art show that they're participating in here within the next month. Opening is Friday, December 3rd. So if you're in the Stanwood, Washington area, there is a gallery called Casera. Is that what
I believe that's right?
Casera Gallery, Design Northwest Building, Stanwood, Washington. So if you are able to check that out, you should. 100%. See the pieces in person.
Yes. And we do have a little snippet of. There we go. That's kind of what it looks like.
Gorman's, which is an oil painting.
Yeah, 21 by 27 by Jaim.
Yep.
And there, a lot of the work, if I remember correctly, is really dark. This is one of the lighter pieces. But
it looked like New York City to me.
Yeah, it's like New York City at night in the rain.
It's very kind of New York City, the vibe.
What I felt it was like. So.
Definitely. Well, we're going to let you guys see their interview and listen to what they have to say about their wonderful art show.
Meet and discover them for yourselves.
And we'll see you back here soon.
name is Yona Van Levi, and I've been an art teacher since I was 20, so the styles have been varied as I've lived my life for the last 57 years of doing art. And my styles are in ceramics and sculpture, and also in painting, a little bit of jewelry.
And my name is Jaim Vitzalel, and my background is I studied film, documentary film, including propaganda, which is very, and a lot of my work is narrative, and I work in series. Some of these projects last 20 years and 30 years. And I work in collaboration with Yona as well as individually. I did not begin in the plastic arts, including painting and sculpture, until about 15 years ago. And basically, I didn't like to get my hands dirty, but I finally realized this is doing me no good. And so I took it upon myself as a form of therapy, and it's worked.
Because of being a teacher, I am continually being formally trained, because I learned even in Israel, we had what they called continuing education classes that were required by their teachers. And I was always wanting to take workshops no matter what, because then I could stop doing the regular routine of taking care of house or kids or whatever. So I started that very young in life, and I continue even though I'm still teaching. Whenever there's something that I want to do and learn, I'll sign up for it.
I'm exactly the opposite. I am what's called an autodidact. I went to a speech therapist because I had a slight lisp, and she taught me how to do it properly. I never took it on. I have my own way of saying my S's. I basically I feel that I invent everything I do, and if I wasn't the first person to come upon it, that doesn't matter. It's still mine if I come upon it myself. When I came to Israel with my 2 suitcases and $1,100 cash on a one-way ticket, and I was very poor after having made so much money as a stockbroker, and so I was able to get a mortgage, a subsidized mortgage, and buy an apartment in Ashkelon, in a fourth floor walk-up, where all of our neighbors were also immigrants, but from Morocco and Tunisia. And they hooked us up with pirate cable, and we had an all black and white TV. And sometimes the cable didn't work, so we only got either the top half or the bottom half of the movie. So to this day, if that movie is played again, I'm not sure whether I've seen it before. In any case, what happened was that during, as I mentioned in the video, that during a heat wave called the Hamsin, we started bringing in Cairo TV. When we started getting these movies, I went and grabbed my camera and started photographing the TV set. So it's several generations away from reality. You have the filming, and then the photograph. You have the acting, the filming, the photograph. Yona was not interested in joining me in this project.
I've had enough soap opera in our own lives.
For a couple of years, but ultimately she did. And so I would take these big sheets of rice paper, and one day I had this idea I had taken a picture of the shuk, the outdoor market in Ashkelon, which actually was right outside this minaret which was there, and I took a picture and I brought it, and I went to the local photographer and put it through a copy machine. I put rice paper through a photocopy machine, and I brought it home to Yona on the 4th floor, and I said, "Can you paint this while I take out the garbage?" And so I left it with her. I went down the 4th floors, took out the garbage, came back, and lo and behold, she's quick.
I have to be.
And so in any case, there, and I started going around door to door because in the wealthier sections of town, and they started selling it every night. I would sell a few of these things. Then I decided to go big, and so I took some big, and I found these commercial photocopy machines, and I liked actually breaking down the image. You know, the photocopy is always fairly crude. It's always very, very contrasty, but you can even make it into golf ball size grain and stuff like that. And I always liked 16 millimeter films blown up to 35 millimeter where you see the grain. It's beautiful. So anyway, and you can see the television, there's a lot of interference, I like degradation of image. Why? Because I can't do trompe l'oeil. I'm not trained. So I try to make it look, I did it on purpose. Although Yona painted these. This was before I actually lifted a paintbrush. So I gave it to Yona and she did a great job, I have to say. These are oil pastels and on big photocopies, run through big photocopy machines. And the real art was convincing the owner of the photocopy machine to let me run rice paper through it. One painting caught fire in the photo.
We came to this part of the world after we had been in Israel for 10 years and stayed about a year in New York, and then came west because he got custody of his younger sons. And my kids were out here starting to have grandchildren. So we plunked ourselves down at the end of Camino Island, and I was a substitute teacher up at the school while they were going to school, so I could get enculturated again. It had been 17 years since I had lived in this part of the world. So it was like being Rip Van Winkle, waking up. Everything was different, but the same. It was a very interesting phenomenon to reinculturate into America again. After 9/11, we were here 2 years, then 9/11 happened, and we had decided to see how do you make a living as artists, and we drove all the way down to Tijuana on the coast. But we had a hard time pushing all the way down because we thought, maybe we'd have, we were post-traumatic stress from the horrendous 9/11. But we managed to make it all the way down, saw how a lot of artists lived up and down the coast, came back into town here, and this old house was for sale. And we hadn't noticed it before, but we noticed it this time as we were driving back, and we got onto the island, and we immediately turned the car around, came back, looked up the realtor, and it turned out he was a friend. And we started the buying process of this particular over 100-year-old house. So we were able to buy the house. And we kept the place at the end of the island for a summer home for a while, but we thought we would just use this house for our business and live down there. But as it turned out, we didn't like to commute the 17 miles. And we ended up living above the store, so to speak. And the minute that the workmen who finished the outbuildings walked away, students walked in. There was a ceramic teacher that had passed away the same month, and I got her students. So it was like a setup. And we had 8 shows for a whole lot of people that year, and we discovered we did not like being gallery people. We liked being studio people doing our own work. So we switched out of that, but not before doing 2 shows that for the natives, that they are the hosts and we're the guests. So we were, at the time of coming back from the other side of the world, way more interested in the native tribes than we had been as
because we just come off the reservation.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we're having a show in another month in the gallery down the street, Dave Caceres Gallery, and it's going to be
NYC Return for Redemption.
Right.
They should contact me either at our email or on my phone, both of which you have.
Thank you for spending that time with us.
That's so great. They have such a wonderful life story. Like, every little story within their lives is so interesting. And it was great just sitting there and letting them fill us in on everything they've done.
We love all of the interviews.
Yeah.
Thank you for participating in our gallery and taking the time to share your story with us. Anxious Tomato is going to make an Etsy store, and we're going to have merch for sale on it.
You guys, do you want to buy our stuff?
Yeah, well, if you did and you haven't already or would like to get another, we're going to release a new t-shirt.
Release a new t-shirt. Yeah.
Right. By once a year, right? We can do a new t-shirt once a year. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly. So
It'll be super great.
So
We're
these
not gonna
are
tell you, well,
yeah.
help us.
These
finish
are
out these ones. We only have a few left. Yep, there's a logo on the little.
In the front, right
Yep.
there, yep.
Same logo on the back.
There we
New
go.
one's gonna have a little bit more pizzazz
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
and a funny thing, and you'll be able to find that and other Anxious Tomato merch on Etsy.
And we will tell you about that.
We will, because we'd like
Once
to
it
move over
shows
to
up.
a art consignment
And
Etsy store,
gallery.
gallery store.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it won't be on Etsy. I mean, we could do it on our regular website too, but some kind of art consignment that includes past artists, previous and past artists, future and upcoming people. I mean,
Yeah.
I suppose we'll take anyone who's interested collaborating with the gallery.
Totally.
Yeah, featuring
Yeah.
your guys' work.
Yep.
January is a new year. 2022
Two.
is coming up really fast.
Oh my
everyone.
gosh.
What are your New Year's goals?
Well, ours are to actually switch over to YouTube.
Yeah, we'll be streaming on. Well, we might not be streaming.
Yeah, we might not be streaming. We might turn this into shows that we put out online every week.
So something similar to a podcast, like a video cast.
Yeah.
And then that way you can watch them at your leisure.
Yep.
Which would
It's like a
be.
YouTube channel show or something. Yeah.
It is a show.
Yeah, it'll
It's
be a show.
It's still a show.
We're interesting enough to be a
production.
show.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you believe in us?
So hopefully we will reach a larger audience and get some more people to participate
And look cooler.
make it easier for you guys and we're not trying to take away from your time by being like, you should show up to our live show.
Yeah.
So
Since it's only everyone's got busy lives nowadays.
that's very
I don't
true.
blame you because we have busy lives.
Some people can look at things at 10 o'clock at night and some people can't.
Yeah. I mean, in preparing for the future and our new year 2020, we're going to have another group show.
Yeah.
And we decided it'll be monthly rotating to the next forward month. So we did October, we're going to do November.
Right?
So that way we have at least always a year in advance. It's November now, and we got to pick out a theme so we can start advertising our next art show on similar websites to what we did this time. And we printed off flyers last time and ended up with too many flyers.
Yeah. I've just got so
So, a lot of flyers. Now we know for the future to not do that.
Yeah.
But every time is a learning experience.
It
So
is.
maybe we'll have a podcast. Maybe we'll
print enough flyers, print a limited number of flyers.
Yeah, so people can come check us out.
Yeah.
It's like stand-up comedy kind of, but not really because we're not that funny.
Maybe
So
we can
group
add
show
our-
theme though. Group show theme, you can
Right.
participate in picking the theme. We did send out an email with that information in it, but if you don't follow us currently and would like to participate, I think we should post it on Facebook.
We'll probably
Now
post
that
on
we've
Facebook.
already
Yeah.
sent out the email for
So
it.
we'll post it on Facebook. We will post it on Instagram. It's not really an Instagram.
You can click links on Facebook. You can't really click links on Instagram.
Okay, so we'll post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we will get the opinion of the public.
Well, we made it to 40 minutes. I think that's a good heirloom hour with you guys today. Appreciate you for coming and checking us out. Thank you, Nadine, my mother.
For showing up
You're a
and being
saint.
here. And whoever the mysterious number 2 person was
Yeah,
that we
whoever
don't
is
know
also watching.
who that is. If you want to throw your name in the comments, that would be great. But otherwise, it was wonderful seeing you all this evening.
Have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend. And we'll catch you here next time.
Yeah, bye guys.